Good afternoon from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Joe Honk. The Vols may not have a top 25 offense or defense or team or even have a top 10 stadium in the college football game, but they do have a top 5 player, as James Pierce Jr. is in the game, and he is coming in at a rating of 95 overall, making him the 5th highest ranked player in the new EA Sports game. The NBA has just announced that they are finalizing a contract with NBC and Amazon Prime Video for their brand new television rights deal. They will continue to have the NBA Finals on ESPN/ABC, and at the moment, the agreement is going to be for 11 seasons and $76 billion. But TNT still has an opportunity to potentially match that here in the coming weeks. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone, Tuesday, Wednesday. What day is today? Wednesday edition of 3HL.
That is the hump day.
Yesterday, Dawn thought it was Wednesday. Today, I thought it was Tuesday. So, maybe between the three of us, we'll get to Friday at some point.
Oh, Friday.
All at the same time.
We even out.
Hi, Dawn Davenport.
Hi.
What up, Babs?
Happy Wednesday, people. We are halfway through the week. Let's go.
How was Travis Harder's birthday?
It was great. We had a little family dinner with Grandma and Grandpa and the kids.
Ted and Becky?
Yep.
Ha! I know they listen. What up, Ted? What up, Becky?
They do listen. Although I do believe Grandpa's fishing right now with his grandsons.
How about the point that Mike Leach made yesterday that I think is great?
About golf?
Like all golf guys walk around and practice their golf swing in the air, without a club in their hand. Just walk around and do that. No fishing guy does that.
Nope.
I never thought about that before until Mike Leach said it, which a lot of things he said I never thought about before he said it.
Maybe they should walk around.
I think they should. They'd be better fishermen. Slay Dog's here. What up?
I'm in the building. I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
What up, homie?
What up? What up? What up? What up, good people?
I think that's the only time I've ever said that to you. I don't know why.
What up?
The what up, homie? That selection of words. I don't know.
You felt like you was my homie. Sometime it hits you.
Or go to Denny's and get moons over my Hemi.
Never done that.
I love Denny's.
Why are you looking at her like that?
I love me
Because if
some
you had to
Denny's.
rank them.
Like
late night
breakfast spots?
foods. No, not breakfast spots.
Late night.
After
middle of the night.
After the club, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, maybe sometimes.
So
in
what
the
are even
morning.
your choices? Taco Bell, Waffle House, and Denny's?
Taco Bell, Waffle House, IHOP.
IHOP's
IHOP's
open late?
chicken.
If you've been in Knoxville, hell yeah. Any college town, IHOP's open late.
Yeah.
And Denny's. So those are the 4. How would you rank them? IHOP, Denny's, Waffle House, Taco Bell. See,
I'd go Waffle House number 1, period. End of story.
You know what? And I feel you on that, Babsy. They lose me sometimes because of their sauce. They lose
Waffle
me
House
sometimes
is
because of their sauce.
Clear number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even a competition.
Oh, no,
I'd go Denny's second. You know why? Because they have a full A menu.
Denny's
you
over
can
IHOP?
get you can get breakfast, you can get lunch, you can get dinner, you can get appetizers, you can get whatever you want.
Babs, I think this is what we all need to do because I'm disagreeing with you on that. IHOP is different. You're going to get the same kind of servers in IHOP that you're going to get in Waffle House. Denny's ain't really the same kind of servers. You feel what I'm saying? You can pull up to IHOP and somebody got outside smoking a cigarette, which lets you know, oh, yeah, this is going to be all right right here. They're going to get it in.
When the cook's outside smoking.
Okay, I'm going to go through the back door. But this is my thing. IHOP, underrated, man. Underrated. So I think we ought to, as a show, field trip.
Make an IHOP appearance.
Like at 3 a.m. We set our alarms, get up at 3 in the morning.
We are going to Dallas next week for as a show.
Boom. They got to have an IHOP
Maybe
down there.
partake in some
late night
bonding.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm legally allowed to step and an IHOP because I work at Cracker Barrel. I think.
But y'all ain't 24 hours, so
True,
this,
we're
that's
not.
outside of y'all.
But it's
That's
like-
outside
You're
of
on
your
a different
jurisdiction.
level.
But it's
Yeah.
like pancakes versus pancakes. Like
Yeah, but
it would hurt my soul.
You kind
if I
of go
walked
there
into
for
an
the
IHOP.
pancakes at not late night. You kind of go there for like steak and eggs and stuff like that. That's what I
No,
go there
dude,
for.
breakfast.
Dude, if Cracker Barrel was open 24 hours, I would live at that place.
Why wouldn't they be open 24 hours?
Because I feel like they're kind of more upscale than a 24-hour joint.
What's more of their clientele? Older people.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So they know they're gonna
Have
be
you been
asleep.
in one lately?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask.
plus they got that retail store, and like you don't want to have to manage that and a restaurant at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. Well, y'all look like y'all need to get another little entrance door then, Zeph. Where people don't have to go through the retail store. You just
I
come
mean,
to
if
the
Cracker
restaurant.
Barrel stayed open 24 hours,
It'll be a problem.
It would
It'll be a problem.
It would be dealt with.
It'll be a problem. Because I think y'all serve liquor now, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Beer, Bloody
Marys.
Marys,
Well, being that
mimosas.
you can go from being fried to frieder. You ever been frieder?
What is fried er?
Ooh, you don't want to go. Trust me. I've been there quite a bit.
So,
But 1, 2, 3, 4, my bad.
no, you
What was
just said-
yours?
It'd be Waffle House in the
Oh,
middle
no.
of the
Who
night.
was number two, though?
And I get the hash browns with the cheese. What is that? Smothered?
I think so. I never can get that part right.
I always have to
tell
pull it up on my
them.
phone.
Yeah, I pull it up on the menu.
Oh, do they have it on the menu?
Yep.
and you have to get a waffle.
Yeah. You got to get a waffle. Even if you ain't going to eat the waffle.
Sometimes it'll be like late at night, and I'll be craving that. I'll go by myself to Waffle House.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I wonder if everybody else out there. love
Okay,
it.
back to the real world here.
This is
That was
the real world.
that was
man.
a hell of a diversion.
You're welcome. I tried my best on that one.
Well, I say that. I've done it like one time in the last
Waffle House?
however many years. But yeah. 615-737-1045. You want in. 25 years ago, Brandy Chastain ripped off her bra.
Man.
No, her shirt.
Oh, yeah, her shirt. Yeah.
Mayor.
Yeah, her shirt.
Mayor, Waffle
Slay
House.
just went where I living.
Yeah, I see. Yep. Sure did.
Her shirt. She
that
was in her sports bra,
That
which
would've been-
many people work out in. But
That
it was
would've been
such a
slightly
big
more-
deal back then. You remember?
It was a huge deal. That would have been slightly more aggressive.
How many years ago?
25.
Wow.
Somebody I saw, I forget what, right? I saw it come through Twitter. I would give credit if I remembered, but somebody asked the question: how much do you think that shirt would go for that she ripped off today?
Do you think she still has it?
I don't know. I hadn't heard anything about Brandy Chastain until I saw that 25 years ago she ripped her shirt off.
I remember that. That's when things were good in football for US.
Things were good.
They were.
Oh, the glory days 25 years ago. Back in the late 90s.
Getting beat by Uruguay now by the men.
Kawhi Leonard pulled out of the Paris Olympics. Derek White will replace him. Is that the right thing?
I would have went and I would have went and asked Jaylen Brown first, but
I think that's the most logical. I agree with you.
yeah. I mean,
You're well more versed in NBA
you want to get
basketball
role
than I am.
guys. No, I'm with you. You want to get role guys though. Guys that can come in and play a particular role. You don't need a whole lot of stars. I mean, you can do without one more star, I guess. But Jaylen Brown I thought he would have been. I would have capped his season off. Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and then a trip to Paris with the USA team would have been dope. So Derek White, he was feeling well though. You can't mess with this squad. They got a mob, man. They got a mob.
And everybody's going to play.
Yeah.
'Cause we were talking during the break.
They playing 1 through 12.
Yeah, because like what kind of grind is it going to be for the guys participating in the Olympics? Mm-hmm. I mean, that season is a grind. 82 games.
Right.
And then you talk about playoff teams,
Ones that made deep runs and Edwards.
Playoffs?
Yeah.
which a lot of these guys are on teams that do that.
The good thing is the old guys didn't. Kevin Durant didn't.
Yeah,
LeBron
that's true.
Didn't, Steph didn't. So
The
they
old guys.
Yeah, all the old guys. That's crazy. Anthony Davis. But the young ones though, Ant-Man, Jason Tatum, I don't expect them to play that much. Tyrese Halliburton made a good run.
So here's what's coming up today. 3:20. Next segment, Coach Mack, presented by Two Rivers Ford. We've got a lot of questions for him. The Titans they will be on the field 2 weeks from today
Crazy.
for training camp.
Do you feel like it's just flown by?
Yeah. I do, but I think time flies. But, older
We
you
having
get.
fun.
Yeah.
We've been having fun.
I mean, we're always going to have fun. Whether you think there's sports topics or not, we will find stuff to have fun talking about. Coming up in the 4 o'clock hour, define success for the 2024 Titans.
This is tricky.
How will you define success for the 2024 Titans? Better than the 6 wins they had last year? Playoffs? Playoff win? You went straight to Jim Mora when I said that, didn't you? How many people listening did the
Always.
same thing? Also, in the 4 o'clock hour, Will Levis' rookie season has been misdiagnosed by national media. We've got some crazy stats that various people have thrown out there.
It's really interesting, too.
Shout out A to Z Sports. Shout out Mike Herndon. Shout out Warren Sharp. We've got tons
I was going to
of
say Warren Sharp did a
stats.
really good job of pulling some.
Yep. I've got a tough story coming out of Vegas for you later, and I'm not going to tell y'all what it is because I want your reaction live on air. And then Slave found the fastest NFL teams. There are 2 teams specifically that are ridiculously fast in terms of like 40 times for their top guys. And so we'll hit you with that. Also, Mike Gundy with some more
he
words.
tweeted.
Some more words, yeah.
He tweeted.
He tried to do beer math like live at Big 12 Media Days on television.
That'll get you in
It was a tough
trouble.
break. And he was like, I'm not trying to justify what my guy did. Ollie Gordon, is that his name? Yeah, Ollie Gordon, his star running back, got a DWI. But he started to try to count how many beers it would take for him to be, just a bad path to go down.
He said he Googled
Yeah.
blood alcohol count and beers and.
Come on, Gundy.
And then he said that he had done it 1,000 times. That's why he didn't discipline him.
Well, and then he went all the way up to 4.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
Yeah, he went to 4
You know
beers.
you can't drive after 4
almost
beers.
a 6-pack, dog.
Like, that's not.
What you talking
Come
about,
on.
Gundy?
Where's your common sense here?
Yeah.
Maybe 1,
That's an unk down the
not
street.
4.
Yeah, most definitely.
And Unk down the street ain't getting in a car.
Yeah.
He's just going to stay on the porch.
That's Reese stuff.
Yeah. All right. Also, we've got Big 12 Media Days. Deion Sanders hit the podium today.
Prime.
We got some stuff for him. We're going to have fun. Stay with us.
Really? I'm shocked.
Yeah, 3HL. When we come back, Coach Mack, we'll talk Titans football next, 104.5 The Zone. Got to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle. Whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, new or pre-owned, these are your guys. Daniel Gupton and his crew ready to help you out. There will be no pressure at all on you. From them, they simply want you in the vehicle that's right for you. And that's what will happen when you go see my guys at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 3450 Tom Austin Highway, just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. And it is a beautiful drive to get that beautiful next new vehicle. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram has the perfect vehicle for you to make this summer event. To make this the summer event. How about that? Come in and test drive a new Jeep Gladiator or Jeep Wrangler. See for yourself why these Jeeps are red hot. You need a pickup truck? Ram has the perfect truck to pick you up. Select your size from the Ram 1500, 2500, or the Big Daddy 3500. With an array of packages from Longhorn to Laramie plus more, come into Gupton now to get red hot savings at the Make This the Summer event. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville, 3450 Tom Austin Highway in Springfield, Tennessee. For the best selection, the best savings, and the best service, you got to go to Gupton, GuptonMotors.com. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Quick shout out to our friend Brad Lampley, his son Jackson Lampley, and their entire family. Brad Lampley's dad passed away. Dennis Lampley, who coached at Louisville Trinity High School forever, is an absolute legend. He died at the age of 80 after dealing with Alzheimer's, which all of us can relate to, unfortunately. But he won 5 state championships. Louisville Trinity has been a powerhouse forever, thanks in large part to Dennis Lampley. So I just want to let Brad know that we're thinking about him, and if you want to say a quick prayer for the Lampley family, I know they would appreciate that.
Yeah, speaking of Trinity, it's so long that nobody even calls them Louisville Trinity. Like, it's just Trinity. You better know who they talking about.
Yeah, because there's Trinity high schools in a lot of cities.
Yeah, but this one is.
You're right.
That's
You're right. 615-737-1045, always the number. If you have a Titans question, we can handle that for you with Coach Mack, presented by Two Rivers Ford. Coach, what's going on? How are you?
Hey, guys. Good. First of all, pass along to Brad my condolences, please.
Yes, sir.
What a great family. What a great family. Good people. Anyway, yeah, I just gave some information to your man behind the glass there. Javier's in Dallas, best Mexican food place. It's on Cole Street. It's right over there by Highland Park. And then just take about a 30-minute drive over to Fort Worth and go to Joe T. Garcia's. It's worth it.
On it. Wrote them down.
You'll love both of them. I mean, I've eaten at a few Mexican restaurants in the Metroplex in my life. Those two, the best.
Yeah, Mexican restaurants in Texas, a different deal. So yeah, I definitely got to do that. So certainly appreciate that. Now, in terms of me and Zeph getting to the All-Star game, Slay Dogs reps failed us.
Yeah, man.
So don't know if you have any baseball connections there, Coach.
Same with my reps.
I've been to the beautiful stadium.
Yeah.
How many chances are you going to get to go to an All-Star game?
I've had 0. I'm 51 years old, and I love baseball.
Well, I mean, that's kind of my point. And just remember this: it doesn't really matter how much you can always make more money, but they can't repossess your memories.
That's right.
Cannot repossess your memories.
That's
right.
My
advice.
Man, they'll try with my memories, Coach Mack. I got some cold memories up there, boy.
Hey, nobody can repossess them. They're yours.
Yeah, they show up.
Well,
man.
sometimes you're too fried to have memories, though, right?
Yeah, sometimes they just run away.
Well, but you've had a part in making them run away.
Yeah, well, that's what the camera pics are for, right? It's like,
Do you remember he randomly found that Snoop Dogg picture? Was it Snoop?
He couldn't
He's
remember.
like, oh yeah, I
He
met
couldn't
him.
remember if he met Snoop, but he found a picture of him and Snoop.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Of course, he was with Snoop.
Yeah.
Guess where they were?
Yeah.
Guess where they were, Coach Mack?
How could he not be?
They were at the Playboy Mansion, Coach Mack.
Yep.
Well, I with all due respect, I didn't think it was at a religious service.
Wasn't it church?
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel. Coach Mack, presented by Two Rivers Ford. Coach, the Titans hit the field for training camp 2 weeks from today.
It's here, guys. It's coming downhill. Rhett Bryan and I just did a thing for Cooper Steele. Did about an hour and a half little session with them and with the sports council. I mean, we had worksheets and everything we handed out. We put them through the grind over there. It was great. They've got such a beautiful new office complex over there. It's on 17th, not far from the radio studio. Mm-hmm. Rhett and I both worked into. We're going to use it. We're going to use it for our draft preparation. We said, "Hey, can we?" He said, "Oh yeah, come on." So anyway, but yeah, and so we spent a whole hour and a half just talking about the Titans. It's a pretty good topic of conversation now.
So what are players doing these last 2 weeks? Like, are they ramping up to make sure that they're in top-notch shape before training camp starts? And what are coaches doing from a planning perspective?
Well, the coaches' planning is already in the books.
Okay.
They stay around. Once the OTAs break, and they get that in the books. And so and the players, they're ramping up's a good way to put it. And they are now, after the 4th of July, especially the way this current calendar is, it's when they really get back into getting ready, because they're in the best shape they're going to be of their lives once they leave, because they've been training all off season. They take a little break, to get some active rest, and then they're ramping back up now. they're finalizing things. I mean, I don't think school starts this early anywhere, so they're finally finishing up if they got kids, with their family stuff now. But yeah, they're working out daily. They're working out every day, and plus they're sent to wherever they're going with position specific things to start working on and progressive ways to start working on them as you get closer to camp, so that it's all not brand new, because you can run in a straight line all you want, but when you start doing position specific drills, that's really important. That's why they've got the 3-day ramp up period when they come back, and then the pads come on, and before you know it, then you're into the Seattle coming in here, and we're going to work against them, and then you're into the preseason games, and once the 4th of July hits, guys, it's downhill racer time.
That's what you said about Ramon, right? Yeah. That was kind of the key date. Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense. The OTP, the Official Titans podcast, is out with a 2-part series with Brian Callahan. It's fascinating. I would advise anyone that has any interest in the Titans to definitely go check that out. I think it's about 30 minutes of your life. It's really good. But Mike asked about guys that have jumped out to him since Brian Callahan took the job, and off the field, on the field, all those things. And he mentioned Arden Key first as a guy that's been noticeable and has tons of energy. He also said Jack Gibbons has stood out, said he's been impressive. What do you think about those two guys?
Well, Arden Key has been a guy that I've always liked his physical ability, and here's what Arden Key, I think, has become a little bit more nuanced as far as seriously, he is an Energizer Bunny type of guy.
Yeah,
but you just got to get it channeled, in the right direction. But he's matured, as a player. His role is going to increase this year, and so really. As far as I can see why Coach Callahan would say that, because during that period of OTAs, you always hear him. He's up every day. You know what I mean? He's on it. He's up and he's on it every day. So this is a big year for him. It really is. And right now, the way the edges are set out there, they're going to need him to step up into an even more prominent role. And so he's got that in front of him. Jack Gibbons is a guy. Look, you've had 2 coaching staffs now, and coaching staffs that have knowledgeable NFL people on the staffs. They've liked Jack Gibbons for several reasons, but a huge reason is he gets it. He's not a repeat offender, and you can trust him. And so when you've got 2 separate staffs saying the same thing about him, those kind of players are valuable, and I can see why he would say that too, because especially absorbing a new system. Jack Gibbons was, I know this defense. I know this defense very well, and what they're going to be asked to do, and what those behind the ball linebackers are going to be asked to do mentally before they ever take a step to make a tackle, and that's where he excels. He's not a repeat offender. And he gets it, and he understands it.
Coach Mack, let me ask you this. When you get to about year 5, year 6, as far as being a professional, you kind of know the ranks. You know the ins and outs. You got a routine. You understand, regardless if it's a new regime coming in or whatever it may be. You as an individual, it's a leap that you have to take. Do you think, coming out of this offseason, that Big Jeff is ready to take that leap? Because he's doing a lot more talking, nationally now. It's a lot more production need to be put on his shoulders, I feel, with a guy like Danico leaving. Do you think Big Jeff is ready to take that leap going into this year? And is this the right time?
So Big Jeff has always been there. The thing that's held him back is the injury.
Right.
Because he did not play healthy last year at all for a great majority of it. But here's the key: he still played.
Yeah.
He still played. We'll never know, how bad that ankle was, because he wouldn't let anybody know. Jeffrey Simmons, he got paid because of what he's done and what he can be. Right. Now, once an athlete at any level of capability is injured, well, then they're not going to be the same player. Mm-hmm. They're just not. I hate to disillusion people, but they're not robots out there. You got to be healthy. But him he's played through that because he knew. I mean, this football team, was vastly different defensively without him.
Yeah.
But when he's full and ready to go, he's a difference maker, and he's especially a difference maker in this day and age of defensive football because pressure has to come through the center guard triangle now. Mm-hmm. Balls are coming out a lot quicker. It's all from the shotgun. There's no 7-step drop anymore. Harder to get to them from the edge, and that's why you get two corners that can play press man coverage, disrupt timing. Jeffrey Simmons is healthy. He's as good as there is.
Yeah, and I just asked that because, I look at it in high school and college. I always feel like that sophomore, that summer between your sophomore and going into your junior year, you kind of pick the direction that you're going, who you're going to be, you're established. This is who you're going to be known as, your identity. And I feel like as a pro, the same thing, year 4 to year 6, that's when you usually see guys coming in their own. And he's already, to me, in a sense, fast-tracked by being able to be in all-pro and things of that nature. But like you said, man, fighting off the injury bug, and I think we'll get everything we get to see. But I just think it's a difference maker.
Especially at his position,
right.
Lower extremity injury. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
But you're right in that. And here's the other thing, too. I mean, it's very simple. You can't manufacture experience.
That's right.
You can't manufacture it. And that's why your point about a 4th or 5th year is very, very valid. Because, regardless of how you have played up to that point, you have gained experience the whole time. Mm-hmm. And experience in professional athletics is a great teacher. If you've got the requisite skills to start and stay in this business, then you can't manufacture the experience because that's really when you learn how to do things.
Yeah.
Coach Mack with us, presented by Two Rivers Ford. Coach Callahan told Mike Keith he's excited to see T. Sweat in pads, J.C. Latham too. Who are you excited to see in pads?
Well, I want to watch this offensive line in pads because, as I was saying today at Cooper Steel, they asked about that, and I said, look, from the center to the left side of this offensive line, I think Bill Callahan has those three guys set. And now, of course, look, are they going to be immediately, everything that you want them to be? No, but you've got some ability at each one of those positions. The right side of the offensive line is not set yet at all. It's not. And so that's what I'm looking forward to. Who is going to step up and take the right guard and the right tackle spot? And the only way that you're going to find out, because I spent my whole off season with the offensive line. You guys know this.
Yep.
But watching Bill Callahan work on the techniques and stuff, still, if you're going to find guys, they're going to be the dudes. You got to put the pads on them. You got to put the pads on them, and that's I'm looking forward to seeing that part of the group. All right, and then again, the same thing with the defensive front. I mean, you can make all the moves you want, defensively and offensively, without pads on during the OTAs. And I'd never put a whole lot of stock into guys that were just all Metro Center during that time, because especially at those two positions, you got to hit somebody. And you got to hit somebody continuously, and that position is about not only functioning together. It's about being able to take the grind and impose your will on the opponent. That only happens with pads on.
I know Coach Callahan has said we're going to see some starters in preseason games. I'm just curious what your take is with that. I mean, you've got brand new defensive scheme, brand new offensive scheme, brand new, honestly, this roster is going to look extremely different than it did last year. I'm excited about seeing starters. What is your take on it, and how did you deal with it in the past?
Well, I mean, I agree with you, Dawn. First of all, for this football team, I think you need to, because your point is perfectly taken, and it's exactly the point that you need to make. This is brand new for everybody. So just and of course you're going to the fact that you've got those practices against Seattle is going to help.
Yeah.
But just to see them out there, because here's about a preseason game. You're not guaranteed just because you put your starters out there that your opponent's going to put their starters out there. That's number one. So you got to keep that in mind. But the fact that this is new for everybody, I think there is a point in functioning these guys together for however many snaps you want to put them out there. You want to put them out there for a series. Teams that I was on, if we had a very veteran group that had been through it before, you cut back on that. But if we have new people, You have new people, and I know, just, so say when I went, left here and went to the St. Louis Rams, and we were trying to restructure that whole thing. We played our guys, early. We had 4 preseason games. We played some of those guys early because they hadn't played together yet. And it's not like you're going to go out there and grind them through the whole. You're asking the right question, and I think your take on it is correct.
Coach Mack with us on 3HL. Brian Callahan on the OTP. Again, you can find the OTP podcast and definitely give this a listen. There are 2 parts to this interview. But he was talking about defensive coordinator Denard Wilson and that he has great technical knowledge of defensive football. He said he also has a presence and command. Said he can coach guys hard and be critical with the guys and they love him more when they leave the room. It made me think of what I think about you as a coach, but what do you think about Denard Wilson? He said he's going to be a head coach soon, sooner than later.
I was with Denard when he started his coaching career there with us at St. Louis Rams. He started off as our defensive quality control guy, but you could see it. You can see it. If you've been around young coaches long enough, you can see it. And there was a point, I think he told the story to Mike Keith when he was on the OTP at one point, during the time that he was up there, even as the quality control guy, there was something to be presented about an opponent. And I told Fish, I said, you need to let him do some presentation stuff. I said, this dude knows. He's on it. And he did. And Denard's never forgotten that. But look, he's honest with the players, and he has tough love for their benefit. All right. And here's the other thing. You know how you hear him talk and you think, that's how he is. And see, you can't fake who you are in front of professional athletes.
Mm-hmm.
You were just talking about this. Slade was just talking about this. Because you know who he was talking about? He was talking about Derek Dooley.
Mm-hmm. Well, God bless him. Okay, look, but you can't fake it. They know they can smell you out so quick. I mean, that's what I tried to learn very early. As a 33-year-old, when I had Singletary and Otis Wilson and Wilbur Marshall. So I quickly knew that if you try to portray and be somebody else you're not, and try to bow up your neck and try to tell them, come on, man. But if you're honest with them, you're doing things that are going to help them, and you care about them. And Denard does all of that. That accelerator program that was here with the league meetings this spring. We interviewed 31 candidates. There were 6 of us, 3 former head coaches, 3 former GMs. We had 3 full days of from 7 in the morning until 5:30 interviewing these candidates and just talking with them. There's some that stood out. And I think I'm not speaking out of school when I said, because, I requested to be we split up 3 and 3. And I requested, I said, I want to be in the room when Denard comes in. And so immediately they said, Mac, how do you think he's going to do? I said, just watch and listen. I mean, this guy, the defense plays well. You probably won't be seeing him here long.
Yeah, and that's the desired goal, right? And that's what Callahan said. He said, look, if we're going to be as good as I think we can be, then he's not going to be here long.
No, and that's Callahan. That's smart. That's smart by Brian Callahan hiring the defensive staff he hired, and he let Denard hire a lot of them. I mean, that Denard knows, but Denard hired ball coaches. I mean, just the fact that he and Frank Bush are close doesn't make a difference. If Frank Bush, couldn't coach, well, then he wouldn't be here with him. If Tracy Rocker couldn't coach, he wouldn't be here with him. If Stevie J couldn't coach, he wouldn't be here with him. Because Denard knows. I mean, this is his huge opportunity too. I'm a big fan. I promise you. But look, it's not going to be immediate, and he knows that too. This is hard work.
Yep.
But he's as genuine as they come, and there's not any BS when he's up there talking to him. I know.
Coach Mack, presented by Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach Mack.
Guys, and enjoy Dallas.
D-Town Boogie.
We will, and we'll talk to you from Dallas. What did you say? Javier's on Cole Street, and Joe T. Garcia is in Fort Worth?
Great memory. Perfect. Do that.
I'll call you if I need you, Coach Mack.
Javier's on Cole. Ron Slay, you know you can call me anytime.
You got people in Dallas that can help out?
Well, here's what I do know. I know very well somebody very high up in the Dallas PD and the Fort Worth PD.
Good. We're covered.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
See you guys.
Food and cops. That's
Got it covered.
Got it covered. Smothered and covered. 615-737-1045. Mike Gundy had a day yesterday, and Deion Sanders has some interesting comments at Big 12 Media Days next on 1045 The Zone.
What is happening, good people? Now, the storms, they were present last night. I hope everybody is okay, and if you're not, and you got cold generators, you're even better than that. So the electricity went out, you lost power, you're probably looking around, and somebody had a generator that you couldn't hear but kept the lights on. They probably went to Generator Dave and said, hey, hook us up with one of those automatic standby generators. And you know what they did? They probably got the early bird discount. Yep. All you got to do is hit them up, and you can be the one to get a guarantee that yours is installed and ready to roll and get some of these offers that they got to offer, Babsy.
Yes, they have special offers now through August 31st, plus an extra $500 off. And all you have to do is say you heard about them from 3HL, Slay, Dawn, Babs, whatever, and they'll give you an automatic $500 off. Financing is available too. So go ahead and call Cove Generators and get your Generac automatic standby generator. 931-559-3311 is your phone number. Again, that's Cove, COVE Generators. Get that Generac automatic standby generator, and it's easy to go ahead and do it. Never lose power again online at covegenerators.com.
Let's stay connected through it all.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Why are we watching soccer? Are we into the Euro thing?
I thought Pam might have snuck in there and did that.
I mean, what else are you going to watch?
Don't
right
ask
now?
him. You know what you think you're going to watch.
Sorry, tennis.
It's over today.
Oh, this is the last day?
No, but it's over for the day.
Oh.
Shows how much we know.
Also, I will say this. There is a viral video going around when Netherlands and England were they're playing right now. Spoiler alert, it's 1-1. They were all tailgating or whatever, and they end up at the same bar, and one country's fans start throwing stools and picnic tables at the other country. I mean, it was crazy.
Let's get it on. Let's get it on.
For soccer.
Mm-hmm.
Soccer fans are crazy. It's a completely different level overseas.
Yeah, they light fires and stuff in the stands over there, right?
Flares, which turn into fires, which they are fine with.
Nobody
standing in it and jumping.
You went to some some football matches?
Yes, I did.
Football.
While you were overseas?
I most definitely did.
They get wild, don't they?
Very much so. Very much so. And it doesn't stop right there at the stadium. It carries on outside of it, and a win is good for everybody. Yeah, a win is good for everybody.
I did think it was funny that Babs was the one defending our choice of watching soccer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, what else are we supposed to watch?
Because I get very annoyed by some of the rules in this game.
Well, this one's 1-1,
score,
and I think we need a winner,
flopping.
don't we? We can't have a tie in this match.
No, you can't.
So they're almost at 90 minutes. So anyway,
now you got me want to watch.
there was a guy that called in yesterday to Zeph that didn't want to go on the air, but he complained that we weren't talking about Wimbledon and soccer.
Oh,
You talked about Wimbledon all day.
you did.
That's what Zeph told him.
You don't ever stop talking about Wimbledon.
What?
Listen, if I were doing the show for me and the wall, I would talk about Wimbledon. That's what I do at my place. I just talk about it to myself. But I can't do that on the radio in Nashville. Come on, man. We got to play the hits.
Yeah, come on, man. That'd be cool.
Whoa. Goal with 90 minutes at the 90-minute mark for England.
That is just a dagger. England with the dagger.
Into the heart and twisted.
Oh, and the yellow card.
Oh, and the yellow card now.
Well, that doesn't matter, right? Because Netherlands is done.
That's some extra time, though.
Boy, if we could call a soccer game.
He's about to cry.
Hey, Will and Pam, just move over one day. Let us do Nashville SC and see what happens.
Y'all can have it back after the half.
Djokovic won today without even having to play. That guy goes he goes off on the crowd. John McEnroe then defended him, which was I guess
that's his guy.
Well, it's Sean McEnroe.
Right.
Knows,
because
he used to go off on everybody.
Yeah.
God, he was so much fun to watch growing up.
She was like, he was being interviewed, and she said, so what would you say to him after he went off on the crowd like that? And he goes, well done.
There you go. Why didn't he have to play?
Hip injury for the opponent. Withdrawal. So you move on from the quarters to the semis. He had knee surgery a month ago, so he gets to rest that.
Good day of rest.
And he's pissed off.
Yeah.
For greatness.
Better put your bet down. Better hurry up. He's winning it.
So we talked Wimbledon and soccer for that one guy in Nashville.
There you go.
There you go. 615-737-1045. The F&M Bake Chat is open. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
I'm in the chat.
I saw that.
Is that really you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I never see you in the chat.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's a million Brents in the world.
Well, I had my iPad, and I couldn't figure out how to get in the chat from the iPad, remember?
Yep.
And I brought my laptop back in. But I don't have a picture. It just says B.
Yeah, you can just be BB.
It's a green. There's a white B and a green circle. That's me.
You look like a Boston Celtic.
B for Boston. Mike Gundy had a day yesterday. He tried to live count on television how many beers it would take for his running back to get drunk. I mean, seriously, that's what he did.
This was silly.
And then he talked about how am I going to discipline him for something I've done 1,000 times?
Like Mike.
I'm like, man, can you just see? And Davenport. I mean, we all deal with media relations people, sports information people. Can you imagine what his sports information crew? Because they were standing on the side wall watching this go down. There had to have been a meeting.
Cringing.
Because then he later tweeted and said, my intended point today at Big 12 Media Days was that we are all guilty of making bad decisions. It was not a reference to something specific. That is true. That is very true. What he said.
Okay.
It doesn't justify the thing, but what he literally said was true.
I know, but is there ever a time where the response or the aftermath of something you've said in a tweet helps? Like, did that help at all? No, not at all. Because
Absolutely
I really felt like you almost feel like, A, somebody made him do it. B, he really doesn't give a that he said it.
Oh, he didn't write that either, is the other thing. Like, he didn't want to tweet anything.
Oh, he didn't want to tweet it.
No, he didn't want to tweet
because then you're bringing even more attention to it, right? There's not very many times where you say something that you shouldn't have or that was inappropriate where the apology ever makes it better.
Right, because what you do is you bring the story back up to the people that haven't even seen the story. Mm-hmm. And then they go back and watch and then they're like, dude, you said what?
Right. Although, I mean, I guess he had to say something, right? He had to somehow,
some way.
I don't know.
Maybe we shouldn't say anything.
We didn't get to Deion Sanders. We'll do that when we come back. And then we're going to talk, 4 o'clock hour is going to be Titans hour. All right. We're going to do a lot of Titans stuff in the topic. And you can go ahead and jump on the phone because we'll get to it quickly after we talk about Coach Prime. 615-737-1045. The topic, define success for the 2024 Titans. And so maybe one of these 3 options, maybe your definition of success is not one of these 3 options. That's fine, but maybe it is. Better than 6 wins. They won 6 games last year. Playoffs, do they need to get to the playoffs to be defined successful season? Do they need to win a playoff game for it to be a successful season? Where are we with the 2024 Titans as we go 2 weeks away from training camp? 615-737-1045.
All right, Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville has been a family business here in Nashville since 1986. And I just want to give you a little background on them. I've used them. I use them for the lighting in my backyard, which is amazing. But they are dedicated to efficient, long-term maintenance of everything they install. They maintain competitor systems, too, if you're having issues with a system that somebody else put in. And they are up to date, the leader in LED technology, Nashville's oldest landscape lighting company. So you know that you can trust them. They do everything. Permanent roofline lighting by Gemstone Lighting. They do festival lights, path lights, wall washing, tree lighting, area lighting. They even do those maintenance on the lighting systems they did not install. They design, install, and maintain all in one box. Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville will take care of you just like Bob Lyons and his people came out and lit up my backyard. Light up your night with landscape lighting and go visit Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville. They're located near the fairgrounds. If you want to stop by 2215 Dunn Avenue or just visit them online, easiest way to get a call, outdoorlights.com/Nashville.
Good afternoon from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Joe Hunk. The Nashville Sound still in town, taking on the Iowa Cubs tonight at First Horizon Park. First pitch is at 6:35. If you're one of the first 1,000 fans through the gate, you will get a Pat Summit, Tennessee basketball jersey. Speaking of Tennessee, James Pierce Jr. is the number 5 overall player in this year's EA Sports College Football 25 with a 95 overall rating. And the NBA is finalizing a deal with NBC, Amazon Prime, and ESPN for their new rights agreement to carry the league. That agreement could be for 11 years, worth almost $76 billion. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. And breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to the one and only 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three Town 104.5 The Zone. Wednesday edition. Hope you're having a great day. It is Hump Day. Hump Day.
Hey, that was pretty good.
Slay Dog went down the hall. I had to fill in. Don Davenport's here.
Hi, happy Wednesday, people. That's right.
You are all dressed up. Got your long earrings on.
And a dress.
Yeah.
I know. I walked in and y'all were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on? I'm going to dinner with my hubby tonight.
How about that? Birthday part 2.
Birthday part 2 with just adults.
Where are you going?
I don't know yet. I probably should have made a reservation, but that's okay.
I tried to trick you into saying where you were going. Executive producer of 3HL is Zeph.
What's up?
Zeph has been working, man, on SEC Media Days. Let me just go ahead and tell you.
Go, Zeph.
We already have confirmed for Monday, live from the Omni in Dallas at SEC Media Days. Vanderbilt going through the rotation. Mm-hmm. Coach Clark Lee will join us. And star linebacker Langston Patterson, who is from Nashville, played his high school basketball. Well, yeah.
Well, that too.
And football. Played his high school football at CPA.
Ridiculous athlete. The whole family. Ridiculous athletes.
Yeah, except for their dad, Wes. He's not really good at anything.
You're friends with him. I'm sure he'll appreciate that, Mayor.
And then on Tuesday,
oh yeah,
we'll have
I love you, Wes.
Tennessee football head coach Josh Heupel,
yes,
as well as Keenan Peely, linebacker Omari Thomas, and Cooper Mays.
Love it.
I've seen some debate on the social media aspect of the world, area of the world. Is Peely the going to go down as the best transfer portal get for Tennessee football so far? You're looking at me funny.
No.
I'm just telling you what they're debating.
There's
a certain quarterback that...
Well, you haven't done anything yet.
I'm not talking about out of the transfer portal.
Transfer portal, sorry.
There's a certain quarterback that led Tennessee to a number 1 ranking in the college football playoff. His name is Hendon Hooker.
Yes, and that slipped my mind that he was a transfer. So, to your question, why are they debating? Right? Why isn't anyone? Yes,
Keenan Peely hasn't even played for Tennessee yet.
Why is anybody debating this?
That doesn't make any sense.
Listen, Zeph's been fired up today. Let me just tell you. We had a little impromptu meeting in the conference room before the show. And then we had, then during the break, you were going off about something. Like, something's going on over there. You need some more Cracker Barrel biscuits in your life or something?
No, I just heard something really funny during the break.
Yeah. Slay Dog's here.
I'm in the building.
It doesn't matter if your mic's on. We all heard you.
Everybody hears you anyway.
Thank you. I'm in the building.
What's up, Slay Dog?
What up, dog?
So, Deion Sanders. Big 12 media day. So the good thing for Mike Gundy is that Coach Prime went today to just get Mike Gundy out of there.
He knocked everything you just said out of the way, Gundy. Don't you worry.
So I was telling Zell, I was like, yeah, Coach Prime hit the podium today. He's like, yeah, I pulled something from it. This is Coach Prime at Big 12 Media Days. Is he held to a higher standard than other coaches?
Yes, I'm judged on a different scale. My wins are totally different than your wins. Your wins, you just judging football. That's why I have to start out and give you education and academics and so forth. I have to give you those things so you understand there's a greater scope. I can't win 9 games and our GPA suffers. Our GPA can't be high, but we lose another 8 games. We can't not go and grab high school players and you got a bunch of guys in the portal, out of the portal that's getting incarcerated. My wins are different. We have to win in every area. That's the way we're judged. And I'm cool with that because we come a little different. So the expectation is greater. But it's not just football. It's been like that all my life. I've always had a greater expectation for myself. So the expectation you have for me would never outweigh the expectation I have of myself. Thank you.
That is a great point. Yes, Ms. Davenport. Mrs.
I can't wait to hear what you're about to say because
she's got her hand up.
Boo freaking who. Every single coach is judged on that. It ain't just you, Deion. Every single college coach at every program is judged and held to that standard of you better be good on the field, you better not have off the field arrest issues, you better make sure your players get good grades and do all that. That is what every single college program, every high level college football program is expected to do that. It's not just Deion.
And if not, you're fired.
Correct.
Yeah. Now on the back side of that, now I understand what he's saying, but I want to say you're graded differently also because you set the expectations to that. You know what I'm saying? Like he did that.
Because you run your mouth.
Yeah, and that's okay. So
I mean,
no, that's right.
I can say run your mouth. Maybe other people just say, "Oh, he talks to the media" or whatever.
No,
but
you talk the talk. Yeah,
which
so you
is
gotta walk the
part
walk.
of the reason that people are vocal about it.
And part of the reason that there are so many eyes on the upstart program that's trying to be picked up from the ashes. The reason all of this acclaim and national exposure came is because of who you are, Deion.
Because
you put
Deion.
the eyes on it. Exactly. So that right there tied right back into what I wanted to talk about with Big Jeff. And I know we're gonna get to it later, but when you start talking, that's why I was asking, do you think he's ready to take that next step in the leadership role and really putting the franchise on his back? Because if you look around, when guys start to talk, if you talk the talk, you have to walk the walk. And it's expected. But it's expected because you put that on you.
And you're a big personality.
Yeah, without question. And I don't want to know other way.
So successful in
Absolutely.
everything you've done
Absolutely.
on top of it.
Absolutely.
So James in the chat said, not true. Deion stands out because of his skin color. I don't agree with that.
No, I think Deion, if we didn't.
I don't agree with that.
It's more personality based.
If Deion was white and Deion or Deion was Chinese or Deion was Mexican, whatever it may be, if he was anything other than being a black man, would he walk in with the same expectations as the next coach? No. It's because he's Deion and what he's done in his past.
Steve Spurrier was white.
He's been super successful.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he generated every bit the reaction.
Now, is it?
then some.
I do think like it's always been graded on a different scale, but this is America. That's part of it. So we understand that. He understands that.
Right.
Take it and run with it. So that's all. That goes without being said. But we talking about right here what's on the surface. That's what. Yeah.
Well,
But the part that he said, like, my expectation level for myself is far greater than your expectation level for me.
us.
That's true.
That's
which
why
is
we
why
watch it
he's
is
been
like
so
that.
successful.
Right,
Exactly.
but
His
that's a
entire
smart
life.
guy answering a question and turning it into what he wants to tell
Yeah,
you.
he's supposed
Right.
to.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and to the talking about him standing out because of his skin color too. I look at Ryan Day at Ohio State. Like, that guy has been successful, but he is absolutely killed on, and he doesn't have near the personality that Deion has, and he doesn't talk and say near the things that Deion says. But like, he still deals with the negative, the held to a high expectation. I think it's more of a top tier program, or if you want to be a top tier program, that's what you're held to.
Yeah.
And maybe it's that Colorado hasn't been that in such a long time until now Deion got there and said, hey, we are this.
Right.
And then now, okay, you are this, you're getting those expectations that the Ohio State, the Alabama, Auburn that hasn't lived up to them. You're now under the microscope of that is what I think.
You brought a polarizing figure in.
Correct.
Well, you say that about Auburn, but Auburn's one of the 5 schools that has won a national title in the last 15 years from the SEC. So,
yeah.
If you want to talk,
Jameis Winston didn't show up, we would have had another. Jerk. Did I tell you guys I saw him in the airport with his wife and kids?
No, you texted us though.
I was in the Atlanta airport, catching a connecting flight, and I'm on the train, and here comes this really beautiful family, honestly, and he's huge. We forget how big Jameis Winston is, and he was being daddy, no other. Make sure you hold on to this. Watch out, because we're about to go. And then he was like, "Don't you do that to your brother." Blah blah blah. It was hilarious.
He is funny who he is all the time.
Exactly. And it's funny to see him in the fatherly role. We don't get to see that very often. I literally saw it for 5 minutes, but I was like, there's Jameis.
I like that.
Sorry, I digress.
No, that's cool.
Squirrel.
But yeah, it's good squirrels. But Deion, though, man, I think you got some prime time players, no pun intended, when you look at guys like Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders also. Those are some key spots.
We're gonna be watching them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's
okay. Is it not ridiculous though that they have them? I guess I got to dive into the whole roster, but there's people out there that have them winning the national championship.
Well, Vegas has them at 5.5 wins is the over under. So if you think that, go over.
I know, but look on social media.
That's the prime effect, though.
That's the prime effect.
It is the prime effect. Yep.
That's.
Well, didn't they start 3-1 last year, and then they won 4 games?
And the thing was, they went and beat TCU. Wasn't it TCU? They beat TCU at TCU.
Yeah, and TCU turned out to be not very good. But at the time, they were a top 20 team.
Exactly. All you got is what we're walking into.
That's right.
And however you can set it up and catch people's ears, who's the master class person, the master class teacher at that? It's Prime.
Mm-hmm.
615-737-1045. You can watch the show, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Evan and Bank Chat is open. Let's see. Seth says, need to play Dawn's Hump Day.
No. We're not playing
It's okay, Dawn. I can't find it anyways.
Well, good. You know why? Hump Day. Oh, you're a jerk.
You just got zeffed. All right, when we come back, define success for the 2024 Titans. Better than the 6 wins they got last year, make the playoffs, or a playoff win. Maybe you've got a different answer. 615-737-1045.
All right. Do you have a lot of credit card debt? Well, if you live in Nashville and you own a home, you also have a ton of equity in your home. And Loan Pronto has a great program to try and help you get out of that high interest debt using your home value and then basically consolidating all of your kind of loans. And it's called the Loan Pronto Equity Express line of credit. Turn that home equity into cash. And with Loan Pronto's system, you can get approval in about 10 minutes with almost no documentation in this area, no appraisal, no hassle. Get hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home. Use it to pay off all your other loans, or maybe you've been eyeing that home improvement project. You want to get done. That's what we did. We did a home improvement backyard project and used Loan Pronto to get money out of the equity in our home. And it was so easy, and Loan Pronto was great to work with. 615-499-5780, loanpronto.com at 615-499-5780. Loan Pronto, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, equal housing lender.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Fred Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay, executive producer. 3HL is Zeph. Randy on YouTube. Babs got Zeph, LMAO.
Ugh, stop it, Randy.
You did get Zeph.
Come on, Randy.
Don't play my hump day sound bite, and boom.
Randy, Seth. Who else? Who else should I yell at?
Tyler said, Babs, did you go slash Winston's tires? Wow, that's aggressive. For beating you. You went all the way out there.
I went all the way out there. It was the coolest trip. It was just me and my brother. It was my very first year of working for ESPN. So I got to get tickets through ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I bought them, but so
nobody cares.
Well, I know. I'm
like
just saying.
If you got them, who cares? But I got you.
No.
You bought them.
Yeah, it's not like it's like, oh, you work for the network. Here, you get free tickets. No, it doesn't happen. Anyway, so we went all the way out there, just me and my brother. My brother also graduated from Auburn. Like, so much fun. First half is amazing. You know, it's Rose Bowl. Like, I mean, just iconic. First half is amazing. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to happen. Like, my brother and I are going to get to watch our team win a national championship at the Rose Bowl. Are you kidding me? Iconic. Like, that will never happen again, right?
It's the memories.
Freaking second half.
Had to play it.
Had to play the second half.
I mean,
Damn
really,
it,
it was
FSU.
only the last.
Damn it.
Weren't y'all leading with 3 minutes to go?
It was pretty bad. I mean, by that point, I was really fried.
That's a great way to be, Babs. I like it.
It was so depressing.
It washed the loss away.
I mean, some people at a football game might drink a little quicker when beer sales are about to go off. And so that'll last you a little bit.
That'll last you, yeah.
Just ask Mike Gundy how many you need to buy. 615
Apparently, he can drive on 4.
1045.
I would not suggest that.
It was an aggressive play.
You're usually over the limit at 4.
So the Titans in 2022 were 7-10. In 2023, they were 6-11.
Okay.
Fire the coach, new coach, Brian Callahan, new staff, all of these things. Derrick Henry gone, new weapons on offense, guys making the jump from year 1 to year 2, all those things. So define success for the 2024 Titans to you. How do you define success when the season's over? What will be a successful season in your mind? 615-737-1045 is the number. Do they need to win simply more than the 6 games they won last year? Does that define success?
Just that. More than
with
6.
So much change, coaching change, all that stuff. Do they need to make the playoffs for you to define 2024 as successful? Or do they need to win a playoff game? Been a minute. 615-737-1045. What do y'all think?
This is difficult for me because I got 2 answers.
Are you going to give them both?
I think so. I have a fan answer, and I have a realistic answer.
Okay.
I want the fan answer first.
Fan answer, they got to go to the playoffs.
See, that's my reality answer.
So I'm torn with the reality answer. The reason being, Babsy, is because
the Texans?
It ain't even nothing to do with anybody outside the Tennessee Titans. It's the Tennessee Titans itself.
There would have to be multiple teams come from the AFC South for the Titans to make it.
Mm-hmm. No, who are they?
Who are the Titans?
Yeah, how can I put expectations on somebody I don't know?
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like I really don't know. Like
but that is your fan success is a playoff appearance.
As a fan, yeah, hell yeah. Because I'm looking at them on paper. I know what I expect. High volume passing. Get it to the playmakers. The playmakers are extraordinary. When you look at Calvin Ridley, you look at D-Hop.
Which hasn't happened in a long time for this franchise. 2
running backs, and one of them can run real live passing routes. You got a quarterback. Yeah, both of them can, but one of them will split out. If I had to choose one, and this is what I'm saying, I don't even know. But just going off of what
Spears
I think,
is more likely to split out, but Tony Pollard does
too.
that.
Yeah. So you got that. You got a young quarterback with a gunslinger mentality with a very strong arm. And
he's going through a lot of picks this year.
I mean, and it's cool.
But yeah.
With a reinvented offensive line. Then on the defensive side, you got guys out there on the corners that can hold their own. You got a safety that's looking to take another step in Amani Hooker. You got a guy that's kind of getting forgotten about in Roger McCreary, who ought to have a big year.
Big year.
You know what I'm saying?
I think so, too.
The linebackers
playing
in question.
right where he should.
Yeah, but
the middle of the defense is a little scary.
See, the fan, I'm really like 11 wins.
Oh, my.
I'm just going, that's playoffs.
Oh.
That's too much.
Okay.
So to
I was
completely
thinking like a 9.
No, Babs.
Playoff appearance.
No.
Completely flip the record from last year, from 6-11 to 11-6.
Let's get busy. Fan.
Okay, go to
I'm going to poke myself in the eye.
Well, the last 3 AFC South division winners went from worst to first?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
At
or
least
the last two. It's the last two.
The last two for sure.
Yeah, because the Titans won 2 in a row. That's right.
Yeah.
So, all right, hit me with your realistic.
The realistic
success.
The realistic.
The over/under win total from Vegas is 6.5. If you want to use that as a barometer.
Okay, I'm not sure realistically what's going on the right side of the line. I know Bill Callahan, OLJ will come in and it will be substantially better. But can that right side hold up? Will that be the candy bar, as Savage like to call it? The D line is lining up. And you playing against some dogs this year, so they coming with pinning their ears back. Will Levis, all of the tip balls, like you just mentioned, last year that were tipped and fell to the ground, I don't think you get a second year of that. If those balls get tipped this time, people expect and know that he is going to throw, so they'll be in position, I believe, to pick that and flip the tables.
Like bait him into throws?
Yeah. The defensive line, I love our edge guys, but it's still, we saw Landry come on. We expecting Arden Key to take that step. Big Jeff got a lot of weight on his shoulder. Tavondre Sweat, it's too many question marks. We don't know what's going on that second level with linebackers. Yeah, they just talked about Dr. Gibby. That's great and all, but at some point,
he has shortcomings.
And that's cool. It can get covered up, with help, but you can't help someone that can't help themselves first. So kind of put you in a bad situation. We still don't know what we're doing with the other safety
Can't
spot.
help everyone.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we don't know what to expect. I know we're going to be aggressive because with Denard Wilson, but it's still question marks.
But do you have the what is it, Jimmys and the Joes to be that aggressive
consistently?
Defense? Yeah,
and with the depth,
and top to bottom.
Yeah,
that's
like injuries. Regardless of who's been here, injuries have been a problem. Mm-hmm. So we still got to see that be shaken off. So I would say a successful year in my realistic approach would be 6 wins or more than 6 wins. Excuse me. Better than last year. Yeah, better than last year. Exactly. Okay. Yep. And I'm not looking for them. A successful year does not mean they have to go to the playoffs. It could come down to a 2-game race, and you know what I'm saying?
See, that's an interesting fourth option that people have brought up. Just give me playoff hunt late.
I mean,
that's fair.
Because that's a lot coming in. You just changed your whole regime,
whole thing,
the entire thing. Like it's all new. And I mean,
but the Texans did it.
Yeah, but
they did.
They were loading up in spots that were already that you needed as far as foundational pieces. We needed an old line. At least Texas already had an old line. Yeah,
I mean, minus one guy, an entire offensive line.
And that's because we drafted one person right
They had 2 incredible offensive tackles.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they would, and then they had a running game.
And they hit with the quarterback. And all that.
Like it's just.
615-737-1045. Define success for the 2024 Tennessee Titans. Cody and Lebanon. Cody, what's up?
Hey, outside of wins and losses, I think you have to come out of this season knowing that Will Levis can compete with the other quarterbacks in this division for it to be a success. If you come out of the season thinking that he's not your guy, then I think that the season was unsuccessful.
Gotcha.
I mean, that's fair too.
That is very.
Like you're going to know if you have your franchise guy most likely after this year. And basically a successful season is that you found him.
Yep.
Thank you, Cody.
Because then all of a sudden,
well, okay, that's interesting.
You've got some big pieces.
If you know you found your quarterback to move forward, because 2-year put it together roster type thing, right?
Yep.
So they've set it up, I think, to decide on Levis and in either draft a quarterback that they want, this staff wants, or he's the guy. Like I don't think I don't think we come out of this season unless he gets hurt, wondering, one way or the other if he's the guy or not.
No,
I think they'll either draft a quarterback or he's the guy, and that's it.
Well, and if he's not the guy, you would expect that they would be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Right. 615-737-1045. Interesting point. Bam in Nashville. Bam, what up?
What up, though? What up, though? How everybody feeling?
Yo, good.
Like, congrats, my boy.
Appreciate the family.
Man, hey, so honestly, I feel like with what they've equipped Levis with, if we are in the playoff hunt or sneak in or win the division, I think that's almost kind of like, because the way that they went out and pulled everything together, that's almost like trying to say we're trying to compete right now. We're not trying to wait another year or two. It's like we're trying to win now. So it's almost kind of like setting a standard, really. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is the message that we're sending out. This is what our expectation is going to be. It's really up to Levis to see if he can live up to what the standard is that they put out. But it ain't like they don't have the offense to go out and make it happen at this point. So I'm going to say playoff hunt or playoff, and we'll just kind of just see how the chips fall from there. So that's where I am.
Okay.
Appreciate it, man.
I don't disagree with that. I like that playoff hunt or
playoff hunt late.
What was y'all's? What did y'all think?
I mean, I say that playoff hunt late, even though that wasn't the option. When that was brought up, I was like, okay, that makes like relevant football all year long, and I think that's something that we clearly didn't have last year, right?
Yep.
I say playoff appearance. You don't have to win a playoff game, but a playoff appearance.
Yeah, I guess to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. That's me.
That is
I know, it's a tall task.
No, I was just going to say that's a quick turnaround. It's 1 year.
But I feel like they addressed the areas that mean the most.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, minus the right side of the line, they addressed the back end of that defense with legit fixes.
Absolutely.
They addressed the offensive line with what we hope will be legit fixes.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, the biggest one is that center position in Cushenberry. Skoronski with another year, healthy, not almost dying because his appendix ruptured. And the draft pick looks to be everything that you think he will be, even though there's going to be moments with him, right?
Yep.
Levis is now the guy. He sat in here for an hour. You saw and heard how different he is and confident he is that this is now his team.
Mm-hmm.
It's a completely different mentality. And that guy, I mean, he's different level, right? Yeah. He's exactly what you think when you think competitor, like leader, want to win, will do anything in the world to be able to win. Like, just everything about his demeanor, I feel like, is going to be different because he's the guy from the get-go. Now, I do worry about, I've said this forever, haven't I? I worry about him being maybe a little too emotional, too aggressive, trying to fit balls in that he doesn't need to fit in.
Yeah.
I think he's going to throw a lot of picks this year, but I think he's going to throw a lot of touchdowns too.
I'll tell you this. I mean, we talked with him SEC Media Days, like in front of us, as he sat with us. And we just did it again in studio. He seems far more confident to me, just body language-wise, and how matter-of-fact he was.
I think what he went through last year has made a monster difference.
615.
Because he tasted some success, and he felt what it felt like, and he saw what he had to do, and he got accustomed to what he's going to see.
Remember what he said? He said he actually sat there in the third quarter on the bench, the defense was on the field, and kind of thought for a second, like, hey, I can do this. I thought that was really kind of a really honest response and kind of telling. 615-737-1045, define success for the 2024 Titans. What would that be? Corey in Hendersonville. Corey, what's up?
Hey, y'all. So let me preface this with first, I'm actually not a Titans fan. I'm a Bengals fan.
Yep.
So as long as y'all lose to us, I'm happy. But
Tends to happen.
As a fan looking in, though, I would say a successful thing for the Titans is not even necessarily a certain amount of wins or anything. It's mainly just seeing whether or not Will Levis is the real deal or not. if he comes out and performs well, and you guys can see that you can work with him and build around him, I think that'll be a successful season.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Corey.
it.
Like that. It seems like a lot of people leaning towards Will Levis.
Towards if Will
Like
Levis
even if they're
shows
not very
he's
good,
the guy.
but you know that he's the guy.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know
you
how.
know the specific points that you have to fix.
But how could you not? If he comes out and shows he's our quarterback, the Titans got to be good.
Right. How
I
can
think they're
how
going
can
to
they
the
be good
playoffs
without
with
them
that.
being
Yeah.
good?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Daryl
So
in
they
the
all
chat
handles.
said, "Isn't Will Levis still a question mark on this team?" Absolutely.
Yeah. No question.
No question.
Do we think that he can get it done? Well, hell yeah, I think he can.
I'm a hell yeah too, and we've got numbers that will illustrate why. To give some analytics behind the eyeball test a little bit later, because National Guy doesn't really dive in, and they just see 54.8% completion percentage, and they're like, he had a terrible year. He's not going to be the guy that they think he
He's
is.
Nathaniel.
There's a reason why he wasn't in the first round. All these things, but we have numbers that indicate otherwise. 615-737-1045. You want in again? The topic this hour: define success for the 2024 Titans. When the 2024 season is over, how will you have defined success? What would a successful season have looked like? Better than 6 wins, playoff win, or in the hunt the entire regular season? 615-737-1045.
Okay, we all know that, you need calm in your home, especially over this summer. You need to call Artisan Custom Closets with custom storage solutions that are made to suit you and your style and your home and your budget. You can get that clutter organized. You can get it out of the way. You can love your home. Artisan Custom Closets can help you get organized in any space in your home. They do those beautiful walk-in closets, which have drawers for storage and places for shoes. They do pantries. Maybe you still have those old wire racks. And for me, none of my spices would stand up. It would drive me nuts. Maybe it's your garage. They came out and did a storage system in my garage, and it looks absolutely beautiful, and everything has a place. Maybe it's your laundry room. They can do all of this. You need a home office, they can do that too. All you have to do is start with their free in-house design consultations, take advantage of all their multiple financing options, and boom, Artisan Custom Closets helps you out. Schedule your consultation now at artisancustomclosets.com or give them a call. Tell them Dawn sent you, 615-800-2199. That's Artisan Custom Closets.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. So the topic started with define success for the 2024 Titans. Better than 6 wins, make the playoffs, or win a playoff game. And then there were a couple added by 3HL crew members that were valid. And I actually leaned toward one of them. And that is be in the playoff hunt until the end. That gives you a full football season of hope.
Mm-hmm.
And without hope, you got nothing.
Zero. Even when we brought Josh Dobbs in the year before, we had a little hope going in that Jacksonville game. And then officials had to be
that
officials.
was so weird.
I know. And that was another.
I mean, that we actually had hope at that point.
Right.
Yeah, if they would have won that game.
Titans fans, yeah.
They would have made it.
Then last year, the hope just exited stage right early.
Early.
Kind of, we're just floating in the abyss.
That's true. The other options somebody brought up, and several actually people brought up, is define success. Success will be defined if you know Will Levis is the guy moving forward, no matter what the record is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
which I think is fair. But right. I think if you know that Will Levis is the guy,
one leads to the other.
I think the record, the record will reflect that.
Eric in Nashville, next up on 3HL, 615-737-1045. E, what up?
Hey, guys, how y'all doing today?
Good, man.
Up, Eric?
Before I tell y'all what I think will be the successful season for the Titans, I got something I want to say that'll make Ron Slay happy. Ron, 52 days until it's football time in Tennessee.
Let's go!
Yeah. Okay. I want to get Slay fired up. He's my man. But anyway.
Well, you did that.
Yeah, but anyway, here's what I think about the Titans, guys. I mean, I'm as optimistic as anybody. I mean, I want to see us surprise some people this year, but I'm going to be realistic. I mean, you got to face it. We got a new coach and Brian Callahan. I've got faith in Callahan. I really do. Mm-hmm. And y'all been talking about Will Levis. We are now Will Levis's team. I believe he can lead our offense in a good way. And with Derrick Henry gone, it remains to be seen who the lead running back will be. My prediction is this. I mean, if we can be in the race this year late in the year in December, if we're in the AFC playoff hunt, that will be the sign of a good season. And if we make the playoff this year, I think we're capable of winning one playoff game. And if that happens, Callahan gets my vote for AFC Coach of the Year. That's my take on the Titans. Tighten up, guys. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
Love the energy. Love the energy, Eric. God bless you.
That's what I'm talking about. Pick
615-737-1045. 52 days until Tennessee.
I like that.
Running through the T.
Chattanooga.
Yeah, come on, Chat.
I ran into Blaine's son, Chase, who plays for Chattanooga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about fall camp and everything. He went back last weekend, and he said really no breaks until really no breaks in the foreseeable future, really. And he said, and then we go to Neyland Stadium to start the season. I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot. There you go.
Let's get it on.
I know that's going to be a thrill for him to be there.
This is going to be an exciting time.
615-737-1045. Thad is on the way home. Good for you, Thad. What's up?
Hey, guys. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
Most definitely.
Right on. I got a new little set of earbuds because I'm always driving and wanted to make sure you could hear me. I wanted to weigh in on the whole what a success is. I'm going to preface this by saying that I am diehard, man. I watch every single game. I don't care how bad we're losing or how much we're winning. Yep. I don't turn the game off. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Specifically, in a broad stroke, I'll say a success is meaningful football November into December.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In a more poignant statement, I'll say when we had Vince Young, I never really personally believed in Vince Young too much because I could tell that he really couldn't throw the football. He was just a big guy that could run around. And he had Nate Washington, and that's great. I'll fast forward to Marcus Mariota. I believed in Marcus. His sophomore season, I want to say he was 26-9, touchdown to interception, 3,400 yards, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, and then the wheels fall off, right? So
there was no counterpunch to the league figuring him out.
Right.
Yep.
So for me, meaningful football, absolutely, November into December. But with Marcus's sophomore season being 26-9, they were even talking about him maybe being in the MVP race. Will Levis has better weapons all the way around him. Now, he doesn't have Delaney Walker that he can force feed for 1,000 yards, but Levis has better weapons all the way around him. I want to see, at minimum, that season, 26-9 or better, because Levis has arguably way better options around him. I don't care if we win 5 games. If he throws for 26-9 and 3,500 or more, I'll take it.
Let me see if I can find. Bet Online did
It was
the
a
over.
better offensive line then, or at least we knew it was.
For sure.
Yeah.
Bet Online did a thing on the over-under totals for touchdown passes, interceptions, yardage. I'm going to find that. Here it is. Here it is, actually, while you're on online there. Where am I going? I'm going to...
I just remember that second season, Marcus was killing it, and he didn't have the weapons that Levis did.
All right, Will Levis, regular season passing yardage, over under 3,400 and a half yards. Over under passing touchdowns, 19 and a half. Over under regular season interceptions, 12 and a half.
I went over on that one.
You did.
And see, Marcus went 26-9 with Delaney Walker alone.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I want to see a season like that. I don't care how many games we win, because that to me will show. I honestly want to see better because he's got better weapons. It's not just Delaney. But that's just my opinion. Hey, I appreciate y'all.
Fair. Thank you, Thad. Appreciate it.
Very
Get home
fair.
safely. 615-737-1045. Chris is in downtown. Let's get Chris before the top of the hour. Chris, what's up?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
I remember y'all were mentioning that, if the season ended and Will Levis did turn out to be the guy, then that would naturally mean that they won more games, right? And I was actually thinking about it, and there was a scenario this past season where there were 2 teams that finished differently. You got like the Steelers finished and made the playoffs, but they obviously didn't have an answer at quarterback they knew they'd go into 2024 with. And then the Chargers had a bad season, and they did not make the playoffs, had a top 5 pick. But they do know who their quarterback is, but obviously Staley was fired at the end of the year, too. So I was going to ask y'all, if you had to hypothetically say, which would you prefer the Titans finish the 2024 season as? Knowing that Will Levis is the guy, but say he has a great season, gets hurt, then we have some losses at the end, they end up with a high draft pick and missing the playoffs, or like the Chargers did, or would you rather them finish like the Steelers did and they win in spite of Levis, make the playoffs, but then they'd have a question mark going into the season next year? Thank y'all.
Yeah,
I'd rather the first.
That's a great question. I always want to win games, so that's where that's where I am.
If you know he's not the guy, I don't want to.
I just don't
see. As a Titans fan, I wouldn't want to be in the playoffs because you have to go find a quarterback, and I mean you're in purgatory if you make the playoffs and you're picking 20th. You're not getting a quarterback.
I just come back to your point. I don't see them in the playoffs without him being the guy.
I agree.
I don't know that there's a way around that.
Unless our guy Mason
Rudolph so
has to step in.
I mentioned the passing over-under numbers from Bet Online. The receiver numbers came out today. So I've got DeAndre Hopkins and I've got Calvin Ridley in terms of receptions, yardage, and touchdowns for you when we come back. Also, a tough story coming out of Vegas you're going to want to hear. 615-737-1045. More of your phone calls. Define success for the 2024 season now for the Titans. We'll be right back.
Do you need new windows and doors in your house? Well, I'm sure you hear about a lot of window companies out there. I'm going to tell you who the best is. And I know because I did all the research. I went through everything because I had to put new windows and doors in my rental property. And I landed on Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. I loved everything about them from the get-go. I love that they have a 4.9 Google rating with an absolute ton of reviews, and I loved the entire process. I like the lifetime warranty on Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville's product. I like the 10-year labor warranty on top of that, which is leading in the industry. And I love the fact that from sales to installation to service after the installation, they have the staff in place to support you, the customer. Here's one thing you'll love about Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville, the deal they have going on, 50% off qualifying installations and no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 full months. So just go ahead and schedule your free consultation. Tell them Dawn sent you. Check out that offer I mentioned. You can do it online easy at PellaNashville.com.
Well, it's time to dive into some holistic stem cell therapy. That's what I did, man, because I was tired of the inflammation taking over and shutting me down, not being able to enjoy activities, especially after retirement. I wish I could have had it done when I was playing. That would have lasted a little longer, probably. It's your body, your cells, your solution, and that's who, Kellum. They harvest your body stem cells and also store them for future and continued use. Now, I've been raving about this. And the reason I'm raving about this is because the turnaround and the effects it had on my knee, what it had on my shoulder, just wiped all that inflammation out. I wanted to expedite things, and I went back to get some treatment on my hip, which was, my groin really. So it had to get my groin right to knock my hip out, if that makes sense. If not, you need to go get you a consultation. That'll explain it even better than I can. But Dr. Kellum don't miss. From autism to arthritis. Consultation number 615-850-4415. Take control of your pain and your life. Get back active, man. KellumStemCellInstitute.com.
So many people trust Two Rivers Ford. Football players, working moms, business owners. Why? Because Two Rivers Ford has been doing business with integrity for decades. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
And good evening from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Joe Hunk. Developing news right now. If you're a soccer fan, as the United States men's national team has officially fired Greg Berhalter as their head coach. Keep listening to 3HL as they'll have more information for that coming up in just a little bit. The Nashville Sounds is still in town taking on the Iowa Cubs tonight, 6:35. First pitch. The first 1,000 fans through the turnstiles at First Horizon Park will receive a Pat Summit themed Tennessee basketball jersey. And speaking of the NBA, they have come to a brand new agreement with NBC, Amazon Prime, and ESPN for the rights to carry their basketball games. The deal is set for 11 years and $76 billion. For all your foundation repair waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Man, it has looked like a ghost town lately around here. Like everybody's on vacation or something. But today, I look out at Division Street, which is usually a pretty good gauge of what traffic will be like for us going home. Backed up, baby.
Backed up.
All the way past the electric chain. Nobody's doing the electric slide over there. They're doing the electric stop.
Yeah. With watching Prince.
Yeah. There's a great mural of Prince over there in that building. Don Davenport is here.
Hi.
What up, Babson?
What up? Happy Wednesday, people. Let's go.
In a dress, no less.
In a dress. I got a date tonight. I got a hot date tonight.
What a mess. In a dress, no less. I sound like Dr. Seuss. I can keep going.
A little rhyme together right there.
Yeah. I must confess.
Oh, keep it going, yo.
Please don't.
Okay, I won't.
When you're on the roll, you're on the roll.
Yeah, Slay Dog is here with his Oak Hill basketball shirt on.
I'm in the building. Got no rule. This guy ain't got no rule, people.
I thought that said Oak Hill 94 for a second, but it says Oak Hill OH.
Yep.
But the O and the H is connected like it's 94, and I'm like, wait a minute, you weren't there in 94.
Like in a necklace. Nah, that was right after Mercer. 94. I think he was there in 93.
Who was there between you and Mercer? Were they still like winning?
Oh, hell yeah.
They always win there.
Yeah. No question.
Did you have Steve Blake was up there?
Yeah, Steve Blake was on my mob. The right before us was Corey Alexander and those guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Tough.
They still rolling at Oak Hill?
Oh, they're still rolling. Still pumping them out,
Steve
baby.
Smith, the legendary coach at Oak Hill, lives here.
Yeah, he's here. He is an ambassador. No, what is he?
Of Quan.
Commissioner. Yeah.
Look at her with the movie reference. Wow.
That was that's
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire. Yeah.
My agent.
What is he?
Sorry, I messed with your head now.
I forgot what he is. A commissioner of the high school national championship. The Dick's national championship thing.
Oh.
For the high school. Whatever it is.
Why won't he come in here and talk with us?
He will. I'll tell him. I'll text him now. Coach, when you coming in and talk to us?
Yeah. This would be a perfect time for story time with Steve Smith.
Oh,
well, we get some stuff on Slay, won't we?
Oh, Lord. No, we had to have his wife to come in on that one.
She's got all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Executive producer of 3HL is Zev.
What's up?
Zev's on one today, by the way. So Hunk said during the top of the hour news that the men's national team has fired their coach. And he said that we would have more on that. So that's why I just mentioned it again, just in case you didn't hear it. So there's more on that. Thanks, Hunk.
What? Did he really think we would have more on that?
Yeah, what are we going to have? Detail? Like, we got sources.
Our sources are told us that this is going to be the next coach? No.
Yeah.
He was very well unliked, and they fired him.
Well,
there you go. Good job.
And
they didn't win.
Unliked by fans. I'm pretty sure the actual players liked him, but fans did not.
His assistant coach is going to be the national SEC coach. How about that? Is that more?
That's much more.
Does that qualify?
Good job, Mayor.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, to this story out of Las Vegas. This is going to get y'all, man. A tourist from Arkansas.
Oh, boy. Could have just stopped there.
I'm just going to stop there. Like, there are so many directions this story can go from there, right?
Yeah.
A tourist from Arkansas is suing a Las Vegas stripper.
Oh, jeez. It's getting worse.
Again, this could go anywhere. For $38.5 million.
Million?
What the hell? What happened?
I mean, strippers make all kinds of money in Vegas, don't they?
Yeah, but what could you possibly do to one human being for $38.5 million? Or what?
Okay. Let me reset. A tourist from Arkansas is suing a Las Vegas stripper for $38.5 million after he says she tricked him into thinking they were in an exclusive romantic relationship for 10 years.
Sound like she ought to get a bonus.
10 years?
10 years?
Yeah. That's a bonus.
That's from Grosse Pointe Blank.
Dude, she needs to be in sales.
Yeah, like that's getting the job done.
Right? Good job by her.
Hell yeah. 10 years?
Yeah. He thought he was in an exclusive relationship. I guess while he's in Arkansas and she's stripping in Vegas, they're in an exclusive relationship.
But I'm sure he paid her.
He had to.
Okay, I'll get there.
Okay.
He claims he gave her $3.5 million in cash and gifts, some of which she gave to her real boyfriend.
Now that's okay. Let's go get this money, baby. That's what the boyfriend said.
This woman is running things, man.
Dude, 3.5. Like, what is? I didn't know what this man does to be able to give away $3.5 million.
And he lives in Arkansas. So is it Bud Walton? Is he still with us?
Some of them are. Waltons.
Honestly, that's on him.
Right?
Yeah, that's on him. You can't give someone $3.5 million and they are still across the country from you and expect that they're not playing.
Okay, who's going to give $4 million to a stripper? Number one.
No, you got to ask Dog. Did you have a good time? Hell yeah, you had a good time. You stayed in there for 10 years. Yeah, you was having a blast.
So was she.
And her boyfriend. And her boyfriend too. Like it's Dude, you gave a rate $3.5 million.
3.85.
$3.85 million. That's a lot of money, dog.
So he's suing her for 10 times the amount?
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it was 10 years, I guess. Maybe he gave her 3.85 for 10 years. Ooh.
Nah, ain't no. If he a bad man. She's
dumb
even better.
Man.
Dumb man.
I guess he's like into it for emotional distress, maybe.
Is it pictures of the woman?
Mm-mm.
Are there pictures of him?
No, this is just a tweet.
Oh,
and guess who put this story out there?
Who?
Todd Furman.
Todd Father, what?
What?
Ain't he on vacation or something?
He's on vacation.
He's in the gutter on vacation.
Come on, Todd Father. Down in the gutter.
A tourist from Arkansas suing a Las Vegas stripper for $38.5 million after he says she tricked him into thinking they were in an exclusive romantic relationship for 10 years. He claims he gave her $3.5 million. Yeah, you're right. In cash and gifts, some of which she gave to her real boyfriend.
Dang, that is cool.
But how does this guy think he's in an exclusive relationship with a stripper?
In a different state.
I don't know.
There are a lot of questions with this story.
That's a tough one right there.
Man, I wish we could have the guy on.
I wish we could have her on.
Oh, my God. I wish we could have her boyfriend on.
Yeah, anybody. Because,
Zeph, get on it. Get this stripper on.
You can't think that was the only one. If she was getting him to give 3.5.
So she's the richest stripper in America.
Come on, dog. You think she ain't running that at least on 2 more people? Let's get this money, man. That's what she's saying. Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at?
I don't have a response.
I do. Good job.
Why is Gator Mike on our line?
Do he know?
And the subject says stripper.
Oh, we definitely got to go. You definitely got to go
this
there.
This is where we are.
Gator Mike, what's up?
Summer.
Oh, I'm well-rounded, Dawn, so I figured I would give a little insight here. I'm like Ron. This dude has given $385,000 a year if it's 3.85 for 10 years.
Yeah.
Well,
imagine explaining that to your significant other.
Well,
no, 3.85 million, right?
No, to him, his significant other was
her.
the stripper.
Was the stripper.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what I mean. But even before, he probably his ex-wife too. But Brent, you made a little faux pas. You said, "Is it Bud Walton?" I think you mean Sam Walton, right?
Oh,
because Bud Walton is who the arena is named after.
Yeah.
Sam Walton would be Walmart, but no worries.
One of the Waltons.
And I can't wait to get the feedback on your all's trip to Dallas next week on this hotel you're staying at.
Why? Did you have something to do with this hotel we're staying at?
Possibly, Brent. I can't disclose everything, but possibly.
All right.
It looks good on the internet.
Yeah, the only reason I did it super nice is because Dawn is going. If it's just the guys, you can do, Airbnb or whatever. Because Dawn's going, I had to make sure and put in some phone calls.
Thank you, Gator Mike. Although I will tell you this, out of the three of us, probably the least hotel snot out of all of us is me.
Do
you think that's accurate, Slay? Mayor?
I would 100% say that's true.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, whatever. The air works, the heat works, great. I'm good.
Yeah, because you travel every weekend, so you easily erase memories of things. So,
yeah.
What about Kirby? Kirby sounds like he could be a hotel snob.
No, are you kidding me? Kirby will sleep on the couch in a lobby and be happy.
All right, so we can give him the handicap accessible room if they need like his regular room back. I got you. Okay.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Mike.
All right, good talking to you.
We're like 0.5 away from so the media days is at the Omni. We're not at the Omni, but we are at a really nice hotel. Yes, that is true. Thank you, Gator Mike. But we're like 0.5 away from the Omni.
Yes. Super easy. By the way,
walking in that heat, though.
You picked a really bad time to talk about that story.
Why?
I get a text from Mr. Babs. He just picked up baby Babs.
And she was listening?
Well, yeah, because he's listening. Our guy Justin, who listens every day, picked up his 5-year-old and said, well, now I have to explain strippers to him.
No, you don't.
Sheesh.
Keep moving.
Yeah.
All you have to do is distract them. Like, hey, McDonald's, let's go.
Private dances.
Oh, you can't distract with McDonald's unless you go to McDonald's.
Right. So now I just put that on him, too.
Because then it's Meltdown City. And now you just put that on Mr. Babs, too.
Hadley, what's up, Hadley? What's up, baby Babs?
Slay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Mr. Brent. I'm Mr. Brent. He's either Slay or Uncle Slay.
Yeah. I'm the homie.
I don't know why
Hello,
you're
Uncle.
Mr. Brent. You just have always been Mr. Brent.
I don't know, but every time I go to your house, man, she walks around everywhere showing me everything while holding my hand.
Yes.
A lot of
she wants
upgrades
to show
being
you
made.
everything.
It's so sweet. All right. So, yes, this has been a wide-ranging segment. 615-737-1045. So, when we come back, there's more realignment talk in college football. Also, you'll hear from the head coach, Brian Callahan, on the OTP. That's coming up next. If you want to answer the question, define success for the 2024 Titans, you can do that, too. 615-737-1045.
What is happening? You know what it is with me, Wesley Mortgage. That's right. You got a team in the mortgage industry, and they're getting some work done. Well, you better have a support system with that team so you can get some real work done with networking opportunities, like with the Tennessee Titans, Music City Grand Prix, Nashville Predators, and more. This is Wesley Mortgage. This is exactly what they bring to you, led by the one and only, the boss, Chuck McDowell, local Nashville native and one that cares about the community, just like yours truly. That would be me. Reinvesting in the people and the places that make Nashville such a wonderful place. Wesley Mortgage is where you go. WhyWesley.com. Now, you got to understand, once you meet my guy Chuck, man, Chuck is a great, great guy. Down-home, genuine person, and you'll see that right there as soon as you get to talk to him. And you know his team is doing the same thing. They're just a mirror image of him. So you trying to get back into the mortgage industry? They're hiring. Get with WhyWesley.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. Executive producer of 3HL is Zeph.
With style and grace.
Allow me to lace these. I mean, we could let this one go.
Yeah, for the whole segment. That's where you find me. Mad question asking, passing, music blasting.
Did they leave Blunt in there, or did they kind of?
They blurred it.
They blurred Blunt.
Yeah.
Probably put a
check it.
Reverse effect on it.
Yeah, there you go. I got
cheese, eggs, and Welch's grape. I love that too. Speaking of Waffle House.
Yeah, that's what you go get.
Somebody asked us, why did we include Taco Bell in our little question at the beginning of the show? Like, what late night spot do you prefer?
Everybody goes to Taco Bell.
Well, that, and we just included all the late night spots.
Yeah. It's the only drive-through you're going to get open.
Yeah, sometimes that's your only option.
Yep.
Wendy's used to stay open late. Do they still?
Not like that.
But I think they're like a 2 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
The one in Cool Springs doesn't stay open that late.
There's still a couple 24-hour McDonald's out there, aren't there?
Yeah, you can find them in there and there. There's one all the way up on Noblesville.
Is the one on Broadway that couldn't deliver your food? Is that 24 hours?
It may be.
Boy.
It may be. I think more so them being the problem. I think it's the Uber Eats people. Or who was that? DoorDash. Probably DoorDash. I'm sorry, Uber Eats people. Y'all good.
you want to get the right slam on.
That's right. Just from McDonald's to here, though.
So the question, define success for the 2024 Titans. Like at the end of the season, what would you have decided would be a successful season? Zeph put it out on a poll on Twitter at 3HL1045. Winning 6+ games, 18%. Making the playoffs, 68%. Winning a playoff game, 12%. And other 2%.
So, all right. So if they don't make the playoffs, no, what did you say? Winning a playoff game, not making the playoffs. Winning a playoff
making
game.
the playoffs is 68%. 68% of the people polled said that is the success barometer.
So not winning the playoff game would be an unsuccessful year. I mean, not making it to the playoffs is an unsuccessful year.
17% say win more games than last year.
That's a lot on
everybody else is above that.
First head coach, franchise. I feel them though.
6 is a tough year, man. That was a tough year last year.
It was.
That was a bad year.
The NFL does such a good job of providing hope. Because it's such a high percentage of teams that are within 2 games of 500.
Mm-hmm.
And so that means one of several people said, success will be defined if they are in the playoff hunt the entire season or late into the season.
Mm-hmm. And you play a lot of divisional opponents in the latter part of the season too. So,
got some numbers about Will Levis. So the national people, Zeph got all this from A to Z Sports, Warren Sharp, Mike Herndon. The national guys just see, I think because the prevalent thought from national person is that Will Levis didn't have a good rookie season and that they don't view him as the guy moving forward. He's not going to be franchise quarterback guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they look at the 54.8% completion percentage and move on. And Zeph made a good point. With the analytics now, that might be the most antiquated quarterback stat there is completion percentage because there's so many other factors. How good is your receiving core at getting open?
Yep.
Drop balls, catchable balls. There's so many things that are not in the quarterback's control that go into that stat. And then you just want to define the guy on completion percentage.
Yeah. That offensive line, how many of those receivers are actual starting tier receivers that you had to play with, that you were throwing to? There's a whole lot that goes into it.
From A to Z Sports, rate of dropbacks with a quarterback hit. How often is your quarterback getting hit? Not just sacked.
Yeah. And
not hit and incompletion. Not just hit, completion.
Right.
How often is he getting hit?
Probably 84%.
No, it's lower than that.
Oh.
But He was the most hit quarterback in the NFL, percentage-wise. 25.5% of Will Levis's drop back ended up with him being hit. 25.5%.
Oh, that's super low.
Now, you can put some of that on him. That is not super low. That is
25%.
awful.
No, not wait. Just wait. So number 2 is a distant second, and it's Russell Wilson at 20.4%. So there's a 5.1% difference between the most hit quarterback and the second most hit quarterback. Do you know how far down the list I got to go another 5.1%?
Oh.
Number 13.
Wow.
So that gap between 1 and 2 is the same gap as between 2 and 13. That is a huge gap. That is an indicator. That means errant throws, right? And to Babs' point, yes, some of that is on him. Some of that's on all these guys. From Warren Sharp, percentage of third down incompletions which were due to the receiver, however they define that. Will Levis had the 7th most incompletions in the NFL. So out of all the quarterbacks that it was minimum of 200 attempts, there were 35 quarterbacks. So there were 28 quarterbacks that had fewer incompletions due to the receiver. So Will Levis, 7th most in the NFL, incompletions due to the receiver.
How about that?
There's a lot that goes into this 54.8.
Yep.
Highest rate of incompletions due to inaccurate passes. This is completely on the quarterback, okay? Will Levis, 27.4% of his incompletions were due to him, inaccurate passes. 27.4 of the 58.4, okay? 32 quarterbacks in the NFL were worse. 32 quarterbacks were worse than Will Levis in terms of incompletions due to them, inaccurate passes. And there are big names on that list.
Yeah.
Dang, I feel like I might have to take back my interception comments, huh?
It wasn't on him.
So, in terms of receiver error, you have a definition from Warren Sharp. Okay.
It includes drop passes, plays where the receiver fell down, where a receiver stopped their route short, and things like that. So completely on the receiver where they ran the wrong route, stuff like that.
Highest rate of incompletions due to receiver error by team. So this is no matter who the quarterback is, the entire season, we're rating the receivers. So that includes Tannehill, okay? Highest rate of incompletions due to receiver error by team. Jacksonville, number 1 in the league, 22%. 22% incompletions due to receiver error.
How much of that was Calvin Ridley?
Fair question.
Sorry, go ahead.
Number 2 in the league, Titans and Rams, 21%. 21% of incompletions due to receiver error. So, yeah, I mean, my point was they've upgraded there, so we'll see. But to your point, Calvin Ridley was on the team that was worse.
Right.
So, Zeph, look up drops from Calvin Ridley.
Ooh.
615-737-1045 at the RHL 1045. So, anyway, some background into maybe defining what that 54.8 is better than just looking at that number. What do you guys have?
Calvin Ridley had 7 drops in 2023. That was tied for the 7th most among wide receivers.
So 7 drops and how many targets?
Give me 1 second. In 2023, he had 136 targets.
I'll take it.
Yeah. 7 drops out of 136, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wasn't him.
76 catches.
But you also had Tyler Boyd. And so you've added at the receiver position. So theoretically, you should be better. Plus, maybe the receivers have more time with this offensive line compared to last year's offensive line to get into their route. Maybe there's that. You know, how many times did the ball have to be thrown before the receiver was ready? Those are some other things too. So just some look into the analytics. 615-737-1045. Define success for the Titans in 2024. Let's go to Patrick in Cheatham County. Patrick, what's up?
Hey, I'm glad Slay brought up how many receivers Will Levis had to throw to last year because Traylon Burks wasn't one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we'd just go ahead and drop him and go pick up old Tajay Sharp back up because he had a nose for the end zone. But anyway, since we got old wide receivers, he's 29 anyway. But I would say success for the Titans would be to score more than 17 points a game. And
yeah.
when we go down two scores, not feeling like, well, that's the game. So, and pretty much anything with hopefully our cornerbacks just do not get burned on the deep ball all year long. But that's a realistic thing.
Patrick, what are you doing, man?
Are you driving?
Yeah, I got y'all over the.
Oh, it sounded like you were sawing something.
No, I'm a sprinkler man in Nashville, so you're hearing all the material.
I got you. Well, you're needed, man.
Yeah, man.
That's what they should do, man. Like George Costanza had the idea that they should put moving sidewalks all the way through the city. Like, so I know a lot of people would be for that. But man, if you could just outline the entire city in sprinklers and just let them go off like the cool mist thing, and just let them go off ever so often, that would be cool.
Man, that would be legendary.
Yep, and you'd have a lot of work.
Y'all taking my call, guys.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. My mind works in funny ways.
Yeah. To the caller.
He lost you at Traylon Burks.
Yeah, I checked out.
That was a little.
Yeah, I like the poke.
That was a poke.
Yeah, wasn't nothing he could do. It wasn't nothing he could do either.
Spears.
Yeah, he said go
Really?
get Tajay Sharp.
Or sorry, Spears.
Yeah, like.
Dang it.
Now we're switching it the
now
other
I'm
way.
switching it. Yeah, Tajay Sharp.
Take it. Couldn't you imagine though a cool zone like all over the city?
Yeah, I don't want to be outside in it, yo.
Oh, so just don't go outside at all.
There you go. These next couple of days is gonna be very.
Well,
hot.
you could do it for the all the tourists down on Broadway.
Oh, they'll have a ball with it.
They just stand in it and drink.
That would be stinky. Stinky.
Why stinky?
Because you're like half wet, sweating.
You think wet makes you stink
makes
more?
it worse.
That's a good question. Does being wet make you stink worse?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, when
If
you're
you just
half
stay
wet.
wet.
Oh, half wet.
Yeah, just stay there.
I mean, think about like a theme park. Think about Disney. People that are like half wet from rides and then sweaty, and there's BO and it's all mixed in, and you're just in the sun.
So the half wet brings out the funk.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting theory, Babs. 615-737-1045 at their HL 1045. Joe is in Mississippi. Joe, what up?
What's going on, guys? How are you doing today?
Great,
What up,
sir.
Joe?
Thank you.
Good. I wanted to comment on Calvin Ridley. So, you guys were talking about how Calvin Ridley was part of that Jacksonville Jaguars crew that with the drops and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand positioning 100%. But didn't Jacksonville use Calvin Ridley in the wrong spot? Wasn't he a Y receiver for Calvin Ridley when he actually is a X receiver?
That's a great question. I don't know. I haven't really studied him at Jacksonville other than looking at numbers. So, and he lit the hell out of the Titans. I know that. So,
well, yeah,
that's a good question.
But
that's a good question.
Yeah.
615-737-1045. We'll do some investigating about that. Didn't he light up the Titans both times?
Let me see.
Yeah, the early game was 8 catches, 101 yards. And a touchdown.
He had over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns between 2 games versus Tennessee last year.
It's funny how people go after guys that just murdered them in free agency.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You
Like,
saw the best of them.
I don't need to watch that much tape. I saw that guy just light us up.
Yeah, then he had 6 catches for 106.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 for 106 and a touchdown, and 7 for 103 and 2 touchdowns. So 13 for 209 and 3 scores.
Pretty good day.
Sign him.
Good dog.
615-737-1045. When we come back, the 2 fastest teams in football. We got that for you. Also, the top-rated quarterbacks in EA Sports college football. You're going to be surprised by maybe a couple names being included. We've got that for you next. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
Famous Dave's is back with the All-Star Barbecue Series that you've been missing and craving since last year, I guarantee it. July 13th, this Saturday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., right there at the Famous Dave's in Hermitage. That is 5000 Old Hickory Boulevard. Hustle on over there, man. The Famous Dave's All-Star Barbecue Series is hosted by the best-known barbecue restaurant in America. Come by and watch some of the best barbecue go head-to-head with the Barbecue All-Stars, the Texas Moonshiners, Charcoal Cowboys, Q Factor, Redbone, Hog Feathers, Music City Smokers. They'll be firing up the smokers for categories in chicken, ribs, and wild card, and I will be one of the judges. Enjoy free barbecue wings and sampling and cook it all down and wash it away with some free Pepsi. Bring the kids. This is a free, friendly family event. Meet Famous Dave's himself, Mr. Dave Anderson. He will be on hand along with me, and I must say, it's free. So free barbecue, count me in. As a judge, count me in double time. Famous Dave's.
Davenport and Ron Slay, Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
What up, though?
Yonder on the chat, hoopsie.
I was listening to this last night on the porch.
Got a little crazy.
I made a country playlist.
You did.
What up, AJ?
It's dope too.
You got a dope country playlist? Ooh. Is this for the flight to Dallas?
You know it. And for my bourbon and cigar, I'm constantly adding to it.
You can't have a cigar on the plane?
Oh yeah, no, for after. Hey. It's filled with soulful
country.
Soulful country, yeah.
Chris Stapleton,
Teddy Swims. Shabuzi, the new act. Jelly Roll, Alan Jackson, Garth, of course, Garth Brooks. Hey, I need some Chris Stapleton tickets.
When is he coming?
All right.
We need Chris Stapleton on the show.
He's coming up soon. Man, I got about 9 songs from you on my playlist, dog. That'll let you know something.
What if Chris Stapleton just randomly called line 3 like Jim Nance did? Like, would you lose it like you did with Nance?
I would probably listen intently. Try to hold on to his voice.
Like Morgan Freeman? You just wouldn't talk?
Yeah, it's a great one. It's a great one.
May or may not be funny.
Oh.
We have an application.
Okay.
What you got?
Presented by Zeph.
Zeph. Your name on the line.
Oh, Zeph.
This is baseball, and this is Matt Underwood. I should set it up a little bit. Javier Baez, who was a stud for the Cubs, and then completely fell off into the Bermuda Triangle out of an airplane. I don't know what happened to him. Like, I forgot that he played baseball until this happened. So he gets hit in the butt, and he gets a little mad about it. Check it out.
Javier Baez. He got hit. I'll tell you what, Salem was just all over the place. Baez chirping. Look, Javi, you're hitting way under 200. Nobody's hitting you on purpose. It wasn't even a fastball. It's a breaking ball. Well, he hung his last one. That one gets away from him. There's no way he's trying to hit him. You can see Hedgie tell it's a slider. It's a slider.
You can read the catcher's lips. He goes, it was a slider. Like, what are you doing walking toward the pitcher? Nobody's trying to hit you. You're hitting 189.
Oh, my gosh. How about the announcer?
Sorry. 182.
You're hitting under 200. He's not trying to hit you.
Yeah, nobody's trying to hit you, bro. I mean, look, Baez has played 55 games this year for the Detroit Tigers, and he is hitting 182 with 1 homer. In 2018 for the Cubs, he hit 290 with 34 homers and 111 RBI.
Yikes.
By the way, it's RBI, not RBIs. Did you know that?
A lot of runs batted in.
Because the R has an S in it.
Runs batted in, not runs batted ins.
I like that. I like
RBI.
Run batted in. Run batted ins.
Am I too, by the book on that?
There are baseball guys that say RBIs.
Oh, I know.
So, no.
This weird thing.
Now, if you call the runs points, you're going to get your head taken off.
Well, Baez should have stayed in Chicago. That's all I know. He was a hell of a player there.
Well, maybe Chicago got out at the right time.
Or maybe, okay.
Maybe they knew.
Okay.
I like it, though.
All right. Way to look at things differently.
That was about a 6.5.
I just got zeffed.
Yes, you did.
So how'd I do on my may or may not be
6.5, 7. That's good out of 10.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Y'all both laughed during it.
Yeah.
No, I said it was, yeah.
Yeah. I would assume that wasn't his broadcaster that went after him. I would assume it was the other dude.
If it was, that's even better.
Let's look up who Matt Underwood.
That would be Bob Uecker in Major League. Can't you see Bob Uecker would say that about his own team in Major League? Listen, Serrano, you're hitting 182. Nobody's trying to hit you.
Who does see that? Somebody just posted.
What did he say? You can't say whatever on the air. Who gives a Shiana? Nobody's watching anyway.
Nah, he's for the Guardians.
Okay. That would make it even better, though.
So, did you send this or did I just happen to read this? So, in all of the the play-by-play scenes in Major League, they told him to do it off the cuff. They didn't script it.
Yeah.
I think the writers
So
wrote
good.
stuff, but the director told him just go off. Robin Williams was famous for that.
Yeah.
And actors would talk about, I've said this before, and I imagine this is the case, and maybe this is why he was so his analyst guy, his play-by-play, his color analyst guy was kind of quiet.
Because he didn't know what was coming.
Because Bob Uecker's riffing. You don't want to mess it up.
This is like the freestyling.
So, I saw Sally Field talked about that from your movie, Miss Doubtfire. Robin Williams is such a genius, and he would just go. And number one, you don't know when he's done. And number two, you don't want to screw it up because you understand how genius that take was.
Yeah. No, a lot of people with comedic backgrounds do that too. Because they are different animals.
I can see Kevin Hart doing that. I can see Martin Lawrence doing that.
A lot.
Yeah.
On the TV
Eddie
show
Murphy.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that's a good point. Mm-hmm.
Comedic backgrounds.
But Bob Uecker with the Jack Daniels in front of the microphone was funny. Oh, what was the television show about the minor league baseball play-by-play guy that was like an alcoholic and said ridiculous stuff? And I know your husband watched it. I'm trying to think of Longmire, Quagmire, Brockmire.
I was going to say Quagmire. That sounds pretty cool.
Quagmire, a good show.
Yeah, I think
we can write that.
Yeah,
that'd be the name of our reality
that's
show.
A good one.
Quagmire.
Yeah.
Coming up next on Quagmire. Who the hell knows? Tune in.
Yeah, make sure you're there.
We did have a pretty good I'm pretty proud of us for the plan that we had today.
No, and execution.
Oh, you mean because we
girl.
stuck to it?
Yeah. Y'all did, to be fair,
Fox
y'all didn't know
Sports?
about the stripper thing coming. I just
and
that.
Can we talk about in the future maybe not doing it during car pickup time for the kiddos?
Dancers.
Let's do that at 3:00.
Just say dancers?
Yeah, just call them dancers.
3:00. Okay.
Yeah, maybe dancers.
You saw this. This is from Football Forever HQ. Check out the speed on these two AFC teams. Yes. Dolphins 40 times. They're top 5 40 times. The fifth fastest player 40-time wise for the Dolphins, OBJ at 4.4340. Then Jalen Waddle fourth at 4.37. Raheem Mostert, which everyone forgets how fast that guy is. 4.34, running back. Devon A-Chain, 4.32. And then Tyreek Hill, 4.29.
Golly, A-Chain.
And then Kansas City Chiefs, they got a lot faster this offseason because a lot of people thought that was kind of their
issue
last year, which clearly they got past it. Kadarius Toney, 4.38. Couldn't catch a passer in the regular season, get in the playoffs, and he was great. Isaiah Pacheco, 4.37. McCole Hardman, same thing. Couldn't catch during the regular season. 4.33. And then you've got Hollywood Brown, who they just acquired, 4.27.
These people are
and Xavier Worthy from Texas, 4.21 that he did at the combine.
That's stupid speed, man.
How about that?
Flying.
And then to work our way through a near perfect show. Top-rated quarterbacks in EAH Sports College Football. Number 1, Shedeur Sanders. He's tied with Carson Beck. Those are your two top guys. Then Dylan Gabriel. Okay. Quinn Ewers. All right. And then a 4-way tie for 5th, including Jalen Milroe. All right. I'm good with all 5 of those. Maybe not in that order.
Definitely not in that order.
Yeah.
Jalen Daniels, Kansas, who I love, but he was hurt last year most of the season. So I don't think you put him up there. Jackson Dart, I'd probably put up there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Caden Salter, former Vol, who was at Liberty. I saw him play several games last year because they play on weeknights.
Yeah.
32 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He's also tied with Jalen Milroe.
He did some work, man. He did some work, made them relevant.
We can talk more about that list tomorrow.
What?
Competition.
Yeah, but it ain't like he playing with the Georgia talent of the Conference USA. Like his talent with him ain't nothing either.
We'll talk
Then
more
why
about
are
it
you
tomorrow.
putting him on at number 5 overall?
Nah, 10.
No, he's tied for 5th.
But with other 5 people.
4 people.
4 people.
Including the fourth best Heisman odd quarterback.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
All right, Don wants to brawl, so we'll do that tomorrow, among other things. Big Savagery or Mo Foster will join us. Appreciate y'all including us in your day. It means a lot.
Yes.
And we hope you have a great night. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
We want to be your Lester Trailer Burke, J. Spears, or the
Caden
dancer that
The Las
got a
Vegas
lot of-
stripper.
or an Arkansas tourist.
See ya.